Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here, and welcome back to MechWarrior 5. Let's go ahead and dive into this mission, because today we're looking at an early look at a mod that's gotten a major update, and honestly makes the original mod, which is VonHUD, so much cooler, and the update's called VonCommander. I love MechCommander as a game series, so the fact that we're getting mods that kind of bring MechWarrior 5 into more MechCommander gameplay is very, very cool. All right, Brianna, let me just step outside the city. We are defending this city, that's our objective. I'm gonna just step right out here, and then we'll go into what this mod does. I've got my 4-person lance, including my locust in there, my cicada, and a catapult. If I hit page up, satellite link established, we get this. Now I'm gonna pause the game because it's another thing the game lets me do. I can bring down the neuro helmet time. Basically, it's like some kind of neuro time accelerator and or decelerator so that we can make decisions on the fly as the commander of a lance. How freaking cool is this? So we've got enemy contact all the way over in the northeast. We can see we've got an enemy locust. I can click on them and I can get intel on what we've got for our scans. I don't know how we can see them. Maybe it's because I stepped out, or my locust has stepped out, or maybe this is actually flat terrain. It might be easier to see since it is daytime. I can change my scanner overlay to see what's going on here. We can zoom all the way in, you can see the battle walls there. Catapult, I'm gonna click you with left click and then click again to give you an order. I want you to just, actually kinda want you to just like hang out just far enough away from the walls that you don't hit them with LRMs. That's probably a good spot. Cicada, I want you to run over here to see what's, we actually have more incoming. We have a enemy, what is this, a warrior with top right, I don't know if you guys can see this over on YouTube world, but 2 SRMs, SRM2s, and a medium laser. So we're gonna need to take this helicopter out. So this is what the mod does. So VonHUD originally was just this. It does, if we go under mod options, okay, I should probably, hang on, I should probably get out of this menu just in case something goes awry. If we go under the options and we go under mod options, which is the only other mod that I'm running right now, which lets us change things, we go in here, you can change what color your HUD is and some of the other settings for the HUD, right? VonCommander, the early access version that we're using, lets us do so much more than that. 'Cause it's not just, hey, you can give orders. Go back into command mode. Let's go ahead and pause this real quick. We can also, you can actually see the LRMs flying in right now from the enemy position. We can actually go under battle drops, and we can call stuff in and build structures in this version. Now, heads up, what you're seeing here under the drop mode activated, this menu, is only available currently, and this is a temporary thing, over on Von's Patreon, right? I'm playing like an early access look of it that I am a subscriber of his Patreon to support the mod author. But yeah, the only reason that I have access to this, if you're playing the currently and just released version, you'll have access to the tactical map that you're seeing here. I'll turn the scanner overlay back on because I think it looks cool. You'll have access to this. You'll be able to, order people around, and you'll be able to use airstrike mode, which calls in airstrikes on target. So if I click here, actually let's do airstrike mode activated. Oh, I can't yet. My battlefield supply bar, I think it's to keep you from spamming stuff, is still charging. So once I unpause, and we'll just go to like 0.5 speed while we see people coming in. We'll have to wait till that charges all the way up before we can use it. Hey, catapult. And why don't you, I feel like you're not able to hit because of where you're at. Let's pull you back, because you're inside the wall. Shadowhawk, move up here. Locust, is this Panther damaged? They're always damaged when you're on a defensive mission. It's so bizarre. Locust, I want you over here. Don't engage, don't engage. And that locust we don't have control over. Only the green ones, and then my Shadowhawk I have control over. But I can totally go, you know what? I want you to drop me an entire structure assault base right here. Now you might think, there it is, it just dropped in. We just dropped it from like orbit to set up a base. There it is right there. And it's covered in like AC2s to cover the city that we're defending. I love this. But it's, you might think the same thing I did when I first saw this. Oh man, this is gonna be so brokenly OP. AC. What am I got, AC5 on this mech? Yeah, AC5. But you're paying for it. Because the cool thing about this is, as they all turn to wreck this guy, you have to use the airstrike negotiation to get access to this kind of support. Right? So you're negotiating with whoever it is that you've built up a lot of faction points with, because it's the only way you're gonna be able to get enough airstrike like logistics to call in this stuff. Now, we did manage to hold here. I think this is a really good place for AC-2s because they've got great accuracy, long range, and good fire rate. Let me go back into the map, and we'll just slow time a little bit. So, you know, you're gonna have to choose. Do you want that extra income? Do you want the, oh, our poor Locust over here. How you doing, buddy? You good? Oh, it's Locust v. Locust, but our catapult has something to say about this, and he's engaging. I'm gonna actually move, go ahead and give you the engagement order. Shadowhawk, move in. I can order my own. There they are. Twin 15 Streak LRMs coming in hot on that Locust. Because we have sensor lock. Oh, missed every one of them. Because we have a sensor lock because of our Locust. Ooh, our Locust is like on fire right now. Oh, not ours. Ours is green. Ours is currently other side of the map where I told him to go. Currently harassing this guy. So we left click, just gave him the order to engage. Let's see if we can take out that Raven. They have a Raven? That's fancy. That's too fancy for you. And I'm gonna have you move over this way. Let's go battlefield drop. I'm gonna call in a little air support. What do you actually, Cicada, engage him. Enforcer, what are you? Oh, it's not gonna let me see because I have this on, isn't it? You are armed with an AC-10 and medium barrel fists and a laser. I think a group of VTOLs might be able to ruin your day and cover this southeastern side. So I'm currently locked on to follow them. If I double click, it'll stop that. Let's bring in a VTOL squadron, bring it in. They'll drop in from orbit. Look at what you get. Now, they're engaging. Gonna drop out so we can see them engaging. And you would have had to, why am I jammed right now? There's our like air wing coming in. And they're gonna support us. Freaking awesome. Now I wonder, oh Panther, you're in rough shape. I wonder if this would mix well with Coyote's mod, with his defense type missions, where you can like decide to build turrets and stuff using a unique logistics system. But look at that. But you'd have to choose, right? Like this seems super strong, and it definitely is, but I'm not getting salvage for having these airstrikes. And by the way, for this demo, I've maxed out how much logistics we have access to, how many of these supply points we have. Or we would have had to put like the entire fundage into a mission to get this. Unless whatever, like if you're working for Davy, unless they love you and are willing to really just dump resources into you. Which means you're pretty far into the fight, right? Get whacked by AC. The most satisfying weapon system. Oh, look at that. I'm locked on. I have a satellite image of, I'll get him in the back, of that Cicada. Ah, catapult, look out, buddy. Not leading my SRMs enough in this mech. Ba-da-bop. Should like him. And then I can just be like, you know what, let's go back into command mode and let's do a battlefield drop. I'm gonna request a tank unit to support our operation. Ah, they're too close to the city. So let's do a light mech drop because I think they're too close to the city to do us like any real good. And is there any chance we can drop them in the city? No. We can drop them, wait, what? We can drop them like at the entrance at the farmland. There's the drop. And what do they drop us? They dropped us a Locust. They didn't drop us more than a Locust? Really? I thought I was supposed to get 2. Apparently not. It was supposed to be 3 light mechs. I wonder if because there wasn't enough space to drop them. Let's try again and let's do it over here. So I'll use the rest of my supply. There's the drop. 1 Raven. Instead of 3 times light mech, I only got 1. Or is it you can have up to 3, or you might get something fancy like a Raven, which is a higher, well, the other one was a Locust, it was all by himself. So it is an early access version of it. Maybe it's just not balanced out, but we're out of battlefield supplies. So whatever we have left is what we've got. You have a couple orders, like I can abort all orders and have them follow me. I can center on where I'm at, which I'm up here. They did just manage to take that guy out. Double click to get rid of that. Let's focus on you guys. You can see this Enforcer moving in. You can see his equipment. I just think it's a really cool mod. And it's sad because the mod's awesome. There was a time when we had a MechCommander mod that was in the works, and sadly that stopped being produced. And for a good reason. I believe the guy who was making it actually ended up being employed by the game company who made MechWarrior 5, right? Wait, what a great reason to be like, oh no, I can't make that free mod anymore. I'm too busy working full-time doing MechWarrior stuff. Like, that's awesome. But it's nice to see that like another mod has picked it up. Now we do have clans coming out at the end of the month, which has a built-in kind of command mode. They showed it in one of the trailers. We don't know a lot about it yet. But if this is the future of like as close as we're gonna get to MechCommander coming back, I'm pretty for it. I love this idea.
Congratulations, Commander.
I just wish we had a little bit more control. And maybe we'll see that on what we can do with our units. But overall, you wanna play MechWarrior as like an RTS? Yeah, it's looking good. The future of MechWarrior, MechCommander is looking pretty good. All right, everybody. That's gonna wrap up this quick spotlight. I just wanted to show you guys, I'm gonna be testing probably a little bit more on Twitch, the like layering this with other mods, like does Tabletop Rules, the mod that lets you set behaviors for mechs, like a scout mech or a support mech. I'm gonna see how like that jives with the VonCommander mod. Because it would be nice to be like, all right, you're a sniper, so stop acting like a brawler. You sit up on that hill and you use those PPCs properly, right? Or the catapult in this example, 65 tons of death with missiles. You sit on top of that hill and give me fire support. And Locust, you're a scout, and with that other mod, you can define these roles, and they'll actually like, they'll zoom and boom with the Locust. They'll use the catapult as a platform. Though even vanilla, when we've been testing it all day, you know, streaming over on Twitch, even in vanilla, like the catapult was still firing at targets in range. They were fine, and they were holding their position properly. So even just running this mod seems to work pretty well. I'll keep an eye on this one. If it has any major updates, I'll probably make another video on it, talking about what's been added or how he's changed the supply stuff. If you've got mod recommendations for me as I slowly get back into MechWarrior 5, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Later, everybody.